Well, welcome back to Nittany Game Week. The Terps are one of those puzzling Big Ten opponents. Looks really explosive and dangerous one week and then falls way behind and loses to Northwestern on the road. We need some help for this deep dive on the Terrapins. Coach Bradley, Coach Paterno, these guys do not hide in their shells when it comes to offense.
No, one of the things they've got a great group of skill guys, and they're going to use them, and they're going to go really past the run, past the ball to set up the run. But let's take a look at the numbers, Maryland's offense by the numbers. Really solid in almost every category, not really running the ball that much, but they want to come out and chuck the ball first to set up the run game, Tom.
Oh, they're going to spread this thing out and pick their best matchup. That's what they're going to do. I don't think they can beat Penn State 11-on-11. They're going to find the matchup one-on-one.
So let's take a look at some of the guys to look for. We talk about those skill guys. Their top three wideouts, their tight end, and their running back all rank in the top 18 in terms of receptions in the Big Ten. That's really, really impressive. It shows you how much they're going to throw this ball around. Now, let's talk about it. They go really kind of outside in. They want to find out if they can get matchups in the pass game against you. Here's your running back. Here's a wideout. Here's a tight end. Here's a wideout. Here's a wideout. So you spread out all over the place. And, Tom, you got to figure out who you're going to put on who.
And they want to find out who's on this guy and who's on this guy, because then they're going to know who's left outside there.
And here, they just take the ball right now. You're all out there covering all the wideouts. They flip it to the tight end underneath. A little pitch play I can still make, 1 for 1 for 15 yards. I wish they had that stuff. I'd have been a legend. Okay, now, after you see them spread them out, now they bring the running back in, and one of the things they'll do is they'll take the running back from empty and bring it back in, which creates adjustments. And now to get the ball to their wideouts with, again, more easy throws, big pick play here, Tom, and I know you love these.
You're not allowed to call it a pick. You know that.
Well,
okay.
If he catches it behind the line, you're good, which he does. But take a look at this one now. Really tough to get through all that traffic.
It's a rub. It's not a pick.
Yeah, but tough for those DBs, Tom, to get through all that traffic. Again, another short throw, gain of 15, 16, 20 yards, whatever it is. Again, love seeing that for your quarterback. Again, right now we've shown you 2 plays, 2 for 2 for about 40 yards. So now let's take a look at the last element. Now, same group, 3 wideouts in the game. Now you got the tight end lineup as a fullback, running back here. Now that gives you some run game stuff. And off the run game fake, now they come back with a screen, Tom. Talk about how hard that is.
That's very hard to do, because now the tight end's very interested in their offense because he does a lot of different things for them. He plays fullback. He plays tight end. He can flex him out. He creates matchup problems. And this is one of the things that's very tough is you play the pass and then you get this screen over here. Everybody's rushing and you get some open lanes.
Now let's take a look at the other side defensively. This is where Maryland's better than they've been in the past. 30th in the country in points allowed, top 40 in a number of categories. But situationally, the next thing you want to look at is what they've done. Third down defense, they're good. Yards per rush, sacks, 12th in the country. Red zone defense, they only allow a TD less than half the time in the red zone. That's good. Penn State's going to have to do that. They want to get into they're going to find out if you can match up with these guys. If they can cover these guys now, Tom, you're in a 9-on-7 game.
You're in a 9, and they're not afraid to play zero either. They're going to take their chances in this to make Penn State one-dimensional and see if they'll just stop the run game and get to the pass game.
And watch what happens here on the run game. Because those wideouts are taken away, now that safe frees up that 8th guy to make the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Tom mentioned they are not afraid to come blitz you and come after you. Penn State's done a good job getting their running backs into the pass game. Here, they blocked the guy covering the running back, and now it's off the races, Tom.
Yeah, that's not a good situation right there.
No, and this is a big play in the game for Northwestern. And again, these are the kind of things that look for Penn State to find ways to get Singleton and Allen out in the open field against linebackers, because they should have the same kind of ability here. A lot of missed tackles from Maryland.
Well, that's the one thing I wanted to point out. There's a lot of missed tackles in that second. If Penn State does get into the open field, they're going to make some big plays because they're not great tacklers in their secondary.
Yeah, let's take about the last element of it. Third down, we mentioned they're really good third down defense. They put a smaller, faster pass rush group, and we talked about 12th in the country in sacks. Here they show a single high like they're going to blitz, and they go and they confuse the quarterback from Ohio State, Tom.
Look for some screens and draws.
Yeah, they should. Penn State may have to do some things to change up the pass rush, move the pocket, But again, here's Kyle McCord looking downfield, thinking he's got one coverage, got a different coverage, and they're fast enough front to get it.
All right, thanks, guys. This year's Terps team resembles many of the others. Unpredictable, and they usually shrink in the biggest moments. 66-3, 38-3, 59-0, 31-14, and 30-0. Those are the last 5 results in non-pandemic years in this series, all Penn State wins. The Terps are trying to keep up in the Big Ten, but Coach Loxley says it out loud. They're losing to the Nittany Lions on the field and on the recruiting trail.
They've got quite a few guys on their roster from our area. We've got only a couple from their area. Very familiar with their program. They're very familiar with us. Obviously, their defense is one of those top-tier defenses. They play a lot of man coverage, which we have to be able to defeat man coverage this week.
2 shutouts in the past 4 games against Maryland, 42-3-1 overall versus the Terps in this series. Doesn't mean you take them lightly. It is a 3:30 p.m. kickoff. Up next, a slight change to our Impact interview as we make it interactive. Our coaches field some of your fan questions. Topics include the strength of the Big Ten, the new college football playoff rankings, all coming up. And make sure to keep sending us your pride picks, especially the ones with one of our coaches in it. Scrap looking good as always. Pride picks are all over our website, NittanyGameWeek.com. We'll have more coming up later in the show. You're watching Nittany Game Week.